coming our way, we're delving into one of the oldest traditional entertainment themes known to man, the tailgating party.
Yeah!
You'll find no cheese whiz or nasty clam dip on this table. Instead, we're featuring 4 terrific recipes that will feed your hungry crowd, actually make them pause and take notice of what they're eating for once. First off,
food's going to be bigger than the game.
Absolutely.
Could that be?
Well, normally, what did you have? I don't know. I don't remember. Well, this time you're going
It was
to.
chips.
Chips, yeah. Chips and dip. Huh. All right, on this, one of our recipes, we're featuring mustard kielbasa and puff pastry.
Ooh, that sounds good. You can do a lot with that puff pastry. You've done a lot
yes.
with it.
Yes, mother's best helper.
Mm-hmm.
Next, our own very own Shea Bruce is going to show us his beef teriyaki.
Yep, grilling, got to cook with fire.
We're,
If it's got beef and fire, I'm in.
Oh, yes. Plus a new twist on a healthy favorite, the martini salad. And the biggest crowd pleaser on the North American continent, herb roasted cashews.
Oh, they're good.
Oh, yes.
I can hardly wait. So, what are you going to do today?
Well, first of all, Shea Bruce, we need to preheat our oven to 400.
I'll take care of that.
It's your oven. I'm not quite sure how to use it. So first
Push
off...
the button.
Oh, very excited.
Here we go.
Okay, for our mustard kielbasa...
Right, oven's preheating.
Oven's preheating. For our mustard kielbasa and puff pastry, you'll need 1 pound of kielbasa, 1 sheet of puff pastry, which has been left in the refrigerator overnight to thaw. We're going to use Grey Poupon Dijon mustard and coarse mustard. And that's it. So we're going to start off by...
Now, you did cook the kielbasa.
Yes.
I noticed you pre-browned it or baked it a little bit.
Yes, we've baked it off. I think this eliminates a lot of the grease that comes with it. We've put it in a 400-degree oven for about 25 minutes.
Yeah, it renders out some of the grease. Okay, that makes sense.
Correct.
All right.
And now this is sitting at room temperature. So we're just going to finish with our puff pastry, roll it out a little bit.
This is a marble pastry stone. They're very good. They you put it in the refrigerator and it keeps it cold and keeps the puff pastry working well.
Now,
Oh boy, that looks good.
oh yeah, we've combined our Grey Poupon mustard and our coarse grain. We're going to paint our puff pastry all over. Now I'm using the coarse grain mustard because it adds a bit of texture and a zinger flavor to the dish.
Yeah, it looks nice. Looks fancy.
Yeah, so we're gonna. Well, the Parker patisserie is nothing but fancy.
In this business, the visual is just as important as the taste.
Absolutely. Now, you could use any type of sausage you want in this recipe if you don't care for kielbasa. But being from Western Pennsylvania, kielbasa and football are kind of like our very own peas and carrots.
Ooh.
So that's what we're using here. Now, we're just going to get the last bits of this onto the puff pastry. Okay. Now, we're going to cut this down, cut it in half, and wait till you see how easy this is. We're going to put one end of our kielbasa here, and we're going to start rolling it up very tightly. And we're going to tuck in our ends and just roll. And that's one.
Wow, kind of like a Polish pig in a blanket.
Exactly. Although this is a tailgating pig.
Tailgating pig in a blanket.
Excuse my shoulder there, Shea Bruce.
Not a problem.
I'm going to do this other guy.
Just want to see how you're doing this.
Tuck in our ends. And you want to pull it so that you've got a nice tight finish. Okay. Now, we have our baking sheet, which is lined with a parchment paper. This prevents it from being brown too much.
Yeah, now the parchment, you can get that like at any supermarket. They just have it in with the wraps and the foils.
Yes, right. It's a little bit more, but it really does save a lot of time and work.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Use this for baking Christmas cookies. Really good.
Oh, yes. Cookies, all your baking ingredients.
We have the egg wash, the famous egg wash.
Yes, we're going to top this off with a little egg wash. This is going to give it a wonderful golden brown finish. So we'll put this right on here. It's okay, we've got a little bit of the mustard still on the brush, but that's going to still add some tremendous flavor. So we put this on. Now see how...
Oven's almost there.
This has been approximately 2.5 minutes, and you're preparing a fabulous little appetizer that's so much better than clam dip. So, now all we have left to do is when this puff, it's going to actually literally puff in the oven, hence puff pastry. So we're going to put our little cutting marks right now. So when it comes out, you're going to know exactly where you can cut it for your guests.
You know, when Allison turns 18, we'll let her use a sharp knife.
Someday. Someday. And now we throw this into the oven for approximately 25 minutes. And that's that.
Okay, it's the teriyaki beef. You know me and beef and fire. I gotta have it. This is steak tips or beef tenderloin tips. You can see how wonderful they are. They're all marbleized beautifully. That makes them very, very tender as the fat cooks out of it. One of the things about beef tips is there's no grading of them. I mean, they're all graded for they're all graded choice. But very often when you get them, they're actually prime beef. They can't call them prime because of something I'm not exactly sure. Pat from Dave's Market tried to explain it to me, but beef tips are a real deal.
Is that why they're very inexpensive
Oh
too?
yeah,
Aren't they?
well, you know, relatively compared to like a tenderloin or something like that, and that's why they're so tender. 'Cause, you know, they're really, really good.
Sure.
Anyway, we have a marinade mixed up out of soy sauce, sherry, some orange oil, brown sugar, and one of the things I like is, well, it's supposed to use garlic and ginger, grated ginger. This is a wonderful tool. It's called a razor plane. This actually started out, body men use these to
Yes.
clean off Bondo.
And my husband uses it on his calluses sometimes.
There you go. Carpenters use them. I mean, that's what it started out as, and some enterprising soul said, hey, I bet you could grate stuff with it, and you really can. I freeze my ginger root. I have one piece in there for slicing or dicing, and then one piece frozen because it grates so much better when it's frozen. Anyway, we put everything all together in here, and through the magic of cinema,
Look at that.
we have this already marinating away.
It smells
It doesn't take
wonderful.
too long, but now, after they've been marinated, what we get is skewers. We soak them in water,
Now,
and
why
that
do you do
stops
that?
them. That stops them from burning.
Okay.
Yeah, because we are going to grill them. So we just get this thing. This is going to be finger food, you know. We are. The idea of this is stuff you can eat with your hands.
Yes.
So we're going to be putting it onto these, the skewers like that. I'm going to be showing you a neat technique to stop the skewers from burning when we're grilling them. It'll be a couple minutes. But anyway, yeah, throw those
Showing the
babies in
curl
there.
here.
Yep, yep.
Oh, now this smells very Asian.
Yes, well it is. You know, it's a teriyaki. It's got the orange oil gives it that kind of smell, and the sesame oil. I use the hot chili sesame oil. It gives it a little bit of a snap to it.
Oh,
This
it
is
looks
very good.
wonderful.
Oh, yeah.
So much better than Cheese Whiz and Triscuits. Oh,
You know, I went down to Philadelphia once. I was doing some business down there, and I had to get a real Philly cheesesteak.
oh.
And believe it or not, Philly cheesesteak is made with Cheese Whiz. Yeah, but it was outrageous. I mean, I use Cheese Whiz in my macaroni and cheese. I hide it. I hide the can so nobody knows. I mean, it's a trade secret. Now, you guys, everybody in the
I'm
whole
never
world
eating
knows, but
macaroni and your Shavers
I make very good macaroni and cheese. We had it last year in the comfort food
You should
show.
call it macaroni and cheese whiz.
Macaroni and cheese. Well, I always want to know how much whiz is in Cheese Whiz. You know? Okay, and we're all set with
right.
these, and we're going to be grilling these, and it's going to come out really, really good.
Oh. Alrighty, we are all set.
Ooh, boy, that looks
Look
good.
at this. Oh my God! Can you
Boy, they did pop
dare,
up. Okay, you going to put the next thing in?
dare serve chips and dip when you could do something as wonderful as this in less than minutes? Okay, now we're on to the national favorite, our herb roasted cashews. What I've done is I poured salted cashews right onto our baking sheet. We're going to put these right in the oven because this only takes about 5 minutes. It's still at 400 from the kielbasa. So we put this right in there.
Try one before you...
A little too late, Bruce. Now, you want to let them roast in there for about 5 minutes or until you start smelling them, which is the key signal. So, while these are working away in here, we have a couple of ingredients. First, we're going to add almost a tablespoon of brown sugar. Now, in here I have some chopped fresh rosemary and parsley. And for a teensy bit of heat, for those, again, remember, I've got the sensitive stomach, a little dash of chili pepper. Okay. Now,
I think we
we're
should put a
just-
few of these in there. That'll light it up.
yeah, and then I'm going to have to leave and go home. I'll miss the game, and it'll be a horrible day.
Oh, I can't miss the game.
No.
The game's coming up soon, too.
It is coming up soon. So, like I said, these are going to take approximately 5 minutes, and then wait until you see what happens next.
Boy.
I smell cashews.
Ah, if this is only smell-o-vision.
Ah, we'll get those little scratches, sniff
Yes.
cashew parts. Okay,
That's right.
here we go. Now watch how exciting this is. We take
That's
them
right. Let's
out.
move quickly.
Yes, you have to actually.
Like making fettuccine Alfredo.
Yes. Okay, we're gonna literally dump these right in here.
Ooh.
Okay. Get
Save those for the sweeper.
bad cashews. Ramon, clean up on the stove.
Yeah.
Okay, now listen to this. Hear that? That means you are going to have the happiest
Wow, look at
guests
this. Ooh.
in the world. Now
Gotta get
look
a
at
tight
that.
shot of this.
Tight shot of this. We're combining now. The cashews are hot. The butter is just melting, and the herbs and the sugar.
Oh, wow.
Oh, Gosh, smell-o-vision,
really
where are
good.
you now? Look at that. Your guests are going to want to move into your house and have you prepare this every day.
Maybe I shouldn't make this.
And there you have it. That's our world-famous herb-roasted cashews.
All right, time to prepare the grill.
Ah, to the grill. Yeah. Okay, we're ready to set up our kielbasa to be served. We're going to take a little bit more of our Dijon mustard, put it in our little football dish. This thing's great. Okay, now remember the cutting marks I mentioned? See that? Now we know exactly where to slice. So we just go down. These are really great, and they're very filling too. You'd be surprised. You might say, oh, that's a little tiny piece, but it really goes a long way when you're feeding a crowd. So we're going to delve these right up here. Oops, excuse me. He went in for a touchdown. How about that? Okay, now we've got that ready to go. And then we're just going to put out our rosemary cashews that our crew haven't eaten all of, because you're lucky. They were just milking into them. Oh, doesn't this look great? I cannot wait to eat this. Now look at this. This is fabulous, wonderful food, and it's so easy. Ah, smell that. I think the grill's ready.
All right, here we are at the Chez Bruce Travel Grill. One of the things I like to use is MAP gas. It's a combination of propane and acetylene. It's not just for smoking crack anymore. It's almost as hot as charcoal, so it really gives you some power here. We got the little grill all heated up now. This is a really cool technique shown to me by a master griller. You put this on, and that protects the sticks, because the sticks will burn. Even though they've been soaked, they will burn. So we put them over here. All right, ooh, this looks good. Now this doesn't take too long to cook. Throw all these babies on there. Okay. Yeah, in about 3 minutes it'll be ready.
Hey, Bruce, would you like to try a martini salad?
Oh, that sounds cool.
This is a wonderful way to impress your guests and get something healthy into them and excite them as well.
Healthy?
All right, what we're going to do, we take some lettuce right in here. We take whatever you want.
Sorry.
We've got some tomatoes from the Chez Bruce tomato vineyard and some fresh cut scallions.
Yeah,
Let's put a little bit more lettuce in here.
Oh, yeah.
Now, piece de resistance. We
Oh.
pour in a little bit of dressing.
That's a Steelers shot glass too, I
It
think,
is
isn't
certainly, I have to represent my boys.
it? There's a Steelers connection here, I
The
think.
almighty Pittsburgh Steelers. Now watch this. We shake it.
Uh-huh.
No
Oh.
stirring.
No
We're
stirring.
shaking it.
Yeah, shaking,
We're
not
shaking it.
stirred.
Now watch this. Oh, good God. Okay. Yay!
All right, wonderful.
Look at that.
Wonderful. And you
There's your
garnish?
salad. And for the final piece, now don't do this in the martini carafe or your cheese is going to stick to the bottom. This lovely Parmigiano Reggiano cheese.
All right,
And there you
wonderful.
go. Anything for you, Chez Bruce.
All right, wonderful.
To the point. Well, we'd like to thank you for joining us for this episode of our tailgating recipes, and we hope your guests enjoyed as much as we did today. And after all, isn't that what November is all about, really?
Oh,